Brentford star Ivan Toney has sent a one-word message to the prospective transfer applicant when he continued his return to football. Over the past few weeks, Toney has returned to training and playing at Brentford, with the last happened in a closed friendly match against the Italian team Como with Toney on the goalscorer. After the match, Brentford boss Thomas Frank revealed what he said to Toney before his first appearance in almost 5 months, when the Brentford boss was asked, "How does it feel to see the club's talisman back in action?" He said, "He seemed to enjoy it and he did what Ivan did. He scored, so it was very good to see him happy afterwards." The 27-year-old player is expected to leave the Bees in the upcoming transfer market, and it might happen in the next few months because Arsenal and Chelsea hope to get his services. Pochettino faces the risk of suspension of Enzo Fernandez ahead of Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal, on a short trip to Stamford Bridge. The Gunners won a double victory over Chelsea in the Premier League last season, and came to this match as a big favorite despite the recent performance of the Blues. This is the London Derby, so we usually see a match that is quite fierce, and for one of the Chelsea players, it can have consequences. Enzo Fernandez has received 3 yellow cards this season, which means he only needs 2 warnings to face a suspension of 1 match. Fernandez has received a lot of praise since it was brought in from Benfica at a price of more than £100 million in the January transfer window. There are many things you can say about their ability to master the ball, but this Argentine international also tends to be trapped in action and rarely ignores tackles. This is usually seen as a positive thing, but has an impact and tendency to get a yellow card is one of them. If he gets another yellow card against Arsenal, then he will be in danger to face the Premier League match, which is very difficult against Brentford, Tottenham, Manchester City, Newcastle United, Brighton, and Manchester United. According to journalist Fraser Fletcher, Chelsea considers Victor Osimhen from Napoli as the signing of their dreams for the striker's position. The Blues have long eyeing Victor Osimhen as the perfect player for the role number 9. However, it will be difficult for the Mauricio Pochettino team to reach an agreement to contract the Napoli striker in the January transfer window. Fraser Fletcher wrote in X about Victor Osimhen, "Chelsea always loves him and makes it the first choice as a striker. Somber Chelsea told me, we saw him a perfect Chelsea striker. But this is a very difficult thing to do, especially in January." International Nigeria has scored 65 goals in 111 Napoli appearances, emerged as one of the world's best young attackers in the last few seasons. On paper, this Serie A striker looks suitable for the Premier League with speed and strength. However, this does not always apply to foreign players who come to England. Chelsea will most likely recruit a new middle attacker in the January transfer window. This was revealed by famous journalist David Ornstein. Chelsea fans have not been able to sleep for years related to the number 9 position at Stamford Bridge, with so many top stars who struggle to fill the void left by Diego Costa and Didier Drogba. Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja, both of which are 22 years old, are the Blues attackers today who can compete for the position of the main striker. However, there is speculation that Chelsea head coach Mauricio Pochettino can move in the new year to increase extra firing power. Athletic journalist David Ornstein indicates that the Blues might try to increase their attackers' options in the middle of the season. When asked whether Chelsea would recruit a striker in January, Ornstein told The Athletic, "There is a high possibility that this happens. They have Jackson and Broja, so let's see how they are performance. But I'm not surprised if Chelsea recruited other top strikers." Mundo Deportivo. Arsenal and Chelsea reports are equally fighting for Spanish midfielder Dani Olmo. The 25-year-old attacking midfielder joined RB Leipzig in the January 2020 window and had made more than 125 appearances for clubs in all competitions. He now wants to leave the club in the summer, and he will not lack admirers. According to SportsBild, the trio La Liga Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid also monitored the situation, while the 2 clubs from London were also hunting to recruit him. Mundo Deportivo claims that Olmo has a discharge clause of €60 million, but that is not a barrier to clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea. Will he be a good addition? Olmo is a versatile attacking midfielder who can play in the 3 positions on the front lines. He can also play as number 10. Chelsea Cole Palmer midfielder suffered an injury while serving in the UK U21. Chelsea midfielder Cole Palmer is doubtful of his fitness for the match against Arsenal after the international break. although Mauricio Pochettino wants to use Palmer against the Gunners in the Premier League on October 21st, his participation is now in doubt. On Thursday night, Palmer was given by the captain's tire for England U21 when they faced Serbia in the City Ground. Although Young Lions rose from the backward to win with a score of 9-1, Palmer had to be pulled out shortly after the break. At that time, it seems that he suffered a thigh injury, less than a week after there was a concern about the fitness problem that arose after victory 4-1 over Burnley. U21 boss Lee Carsley revealed after the match at East Midlands. Carsley said, "There are some lumps and bruises, and we will monitor Cole, but we will not take risks." Andre Santos is one of the many Blues players who are currently loaned. According to GiveMeSport, Chelsea is considering recalculating Santos in January if his playtime does not increase. This 19-year-old player does not have a minute to appear in the Premier League, with the only competitive appearance this season occurred at the defeat of the Carabao Cup from Burnley. It was also stated that even though the decision had not been taken, if the situation did not improve, Santos might play for other clubs on loan in the second half of the season. In the midst of concerns about the lack of minutes of playing, with the entry of the squad on the day of the match is often not a guarantee. Mykhailo Mudryk has reportedly asked the Blues to contract Georgi Sudakov. According to Team Talk, Arsenal and Chelsea were among the clubs interested in bringing Georgi Sudakov from Shakhtar Donetsk in the January transfer window. The report claimed that Arsenal had known Sudakov since they were looking for Mykhailo Mudryk, who joined Chelsea from Shakhtar in January 2023. Juventus and Brighton and Hove Albion are also interested in Sudakov. Team Talk added that Mudryk had asked Chelsea to try to recruit the 21-year-old playmaker, and claimed that the Ukraine international winger had discussed it as a player they had to pay attention to. Mudryk played with Sudakov in Shakhtar. The two young players also played for Ukraine. Mudryk can convince Sudakov to join him at Chelsea, and Chelsea will most likely listen to one of their current players when they want to recruit 21-year-old players. Chelsea have the advantage of pursuing 19-year-old RC Strasbourg, attacking midfielder Habib Diarra. According to Calcio Mercato via Sport Witness, Chelsea are interested in having Habib Diarra in their ranks. The 19-year-old sensational player has made a miracle for RC Strasbourg in Ligue 1, and the Blues want to bring him to Stamford Bridge in the near future. The French young international has appeared in 41 matches for Strasbourg, and even contributed in 8 goals. In the current season, he has appeared in 7 matches and contributed 2 goals. The impressive appearance of the 19-year-old player for the past 18 months attracted a lot of attention. The contract is currently valid until the summer of 2027. However, the French club is still interested in offering a new contract to him because he wants to make sure to get the best price for the teenage sensation.